Alright, welcome back for some more easy blues harmonica. Now last week we were working with our friend the minor pentatonic scale. That's like my bass scale. It's the one I sort of like to basically base everything else around and build off of. So minor pentatonic. What we're going to do this week is we're going to use the Dorian mode. So it's an 8-note scale, so it's very pretty sound, a little bit different to the minor pentatonic in how it sounds, and that's the important thing with exploring. Like, for example, like I was literally just reading up about this and they said, oh yeah, Dorian, it's a little bit, prettier than the minor pentatonic, a little bit more sparkly. And okay, yeah, I read that, but like, how do I understand it? Like, how do I know those sort of things? Realistically, it just comes from playing it. Like, it's very easy to read this stuff and sort of learn it. Like, it's not like this is a mystery. I've been playing these sort of things for decades. But yeah, it's a sound that I want to sort of hear against the backing track. So firstly, for something like this, for like the Dorian, it's got a lot of bends in it. So it's, for example, it's like 3 draw, 3 draw double bend, 3 draw half step bend, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, and then 6 blow. So with the bends, for example, one of the things I sort of like to practice a little bit is 3 draw half step bend, 3 draw double bend, 3 blow, then I go 2 blow, 2 draw double bend, 2 draw. Sounds like this. So yeah, that's a fun one to sort of practice. So going to be a lot of bends in this one, going to be a lot of single notes. What if we can't do like any sort of single notes or anything yet? So how can we sort of vamp against this? Well, let's get the backing track going. Now this is Dorian, so it's a minor scale. So if we just breathe in on hole 1, 2 and 3, it's going to give us a major chord, which isn't what we want. Not quite the sound that I'm looking for. So instead of using all 3 holes, just use hole 1 and hole 2. So breathe in and breathe out. Get ready? Breathe in. 3, 4. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. So even if we're not doing any single notes, we can still sort of play that. Hey, what if we haven't got any bends? Well, just use hole 2. Get ready. And 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alright, what if we want to use our bends and play our scale? Going to do this one fairly slowly, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, depending on how often you play that sort of scale, that could be too fast, it could be too slow. If it's too fast, just go slower. So I'll give you an example, like 3, 4. So each note there is holding for 4 beats. And that gives me like some nice time to actually like hear how these notes sound. I'm going to do that again, but I'm going to descend, so start on 6 blow. 3, 4. Go at your own pace. It's more important to spend time, play the notes correctly, than it is to go fast. There's no rush to go fast. Right, so we round that for next time. So, got a bit of this feed there. Probably going to go with 2 beats. 3, 4. That's the scale I'm going to use. I'm going to go up and I'm going to come back down because that lays out sort of nicely with how things are. And like I sort of did last time, I'm going to play this for 5 minutes. Actually got the backing track around all the way to the start. And then after that, I'm going to like improvise. And with my improvisation, I want to focus on the notes that I don't use a lot in the minor pentatonic. So that's going to be like my 6 and my 2. And actually another way to get the 2, if you don't want to use the bend all the time, is go up scale. It's also nice on 6. Obviously overblow in there, so that was 6 blow, 6 draw, which is the 2, 6 overblow, which was the flat 3rd. So it's sort of pretty up there too. Very Dorian flavour, sort of hitting those notes. Now, not everyone's going to be able to use the overblow. Might be able to hear the pussycat. Pussycat likes the overblows. He'll usually cry out if he hears them. Hey, kitty! I'm not going to let him in the room. Hello! It's going to sound funny if you can't hear the cat, because I'll just be talking to myself. All right, so to cover up the pussycat going, hey, can I come in and hear the harmonica? Going to start off our backing track. Going to go through our scale. Play for about 5 minutes. Once we get to that 5-minute zone, I'm just going to relax a little bit, sort of focus on that flavour of the scale, and yeah, let's see how we go. I'll be out there soon, BC. Alright, so here our backing track. Play our scale, 3, 4. So yeah, super cool. Got my little groove happening there. Went and explored a little bit. Found a few things that I thought were pretty cool. Do you want to come in, Mr. Cat? See if we can get the pussycat in. So yeah, explore your scale, get out there and have some fun. I got distracted by the pussycat, so I just wanted to come back and add, that's not going to be the easiest thing to play along with, especially when I get to the improvisation section, but it's a really good example of what it's like to practice. Because I know, for example, people have been writing to me in the comments telling me how they're going with these lessons, and like that's really encouraging for me. It helps me sort of explain some of the difficulties with this. So that's a good example of like me in a practice session. Like you heard me when I played the scale nice and slow. I'm able to control all the bends. I'm able to do the start and the finishes of the notes. But you hear me when I'm playing it. It's not about just like, oh yeah, I can play this once. It's like, play it for 5 minutes. Like I get distracted. I'm thinking about other things. I get into the zone. I get lost in the scale. That's why like I sort of missed all the bends, sort of forgot where I was. So it's like the physical like process of going through that and like learning how you play something the same for 5 minutes. And then as you saw, like when I went to the little signal for the improvisation part, got a little bit sort of too excited, like sort of changed things around all over the place, got the rhythms wrong, sort of, it didn't sound good. And that's okay, like that's how you explore stuff, like you bring it back together. You sort of hear me in there, like I'm playing around the top and the end of the scale, and like I'm exploring and finding things that don't sound good at the start, but you hear me develop it, hear the little motor, like I try it out, can I play it faster? And I probably can't play it that fast, or I play it slower. Like you develop things, and then like just at the end, came back to the scale. I wanted to sort of, reinforce where I'd come from. So yeah, not the easiest thing to play along with, but a great example of like what I want you guys to do when you're practicing. So yeah, get out there, have some fun.